Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk, where we discuss tech and its impact on tangible business outcomes. In our last episode, we had gone deep dive into how Salesforce Data Cloud can help home healthcare industry. We got some insightful thoughts on how advanced tech can really make this industry more and more accessible. If you haven't got a chance to check that episode out yet, you can find it in our official YouTube and Spotify page. Coming back to today's episode, we are going to discuss how data serves as cornerstone for technology solutions for transforming the pharma industry. From drug discovery to clinical trials and beyond, data-driven AI applications are changing every aspect of the industry and promising breakthroughs in treatment efficacies, patient outcomes, and operational efficiencies as well. So, whether you are a pharma professional, a researcher, or simply curious about the future of medicine, this episode is absolutely for you. Tune in and join the conversation. Thank you. Our guest on this podcast is Rahul Chatterjee, Director of HLS at Teqfocus. Welcome back, Rahul, to another exciting episode of our podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Jazz, and thanks for having me on your podcast.
Likewise, thank you so much for coming into this. Okay, so today we are delving deeper into the pharma industry and we are eager to hear your insights. For the new viewers, Rahul brings with him almost 3 decades of experience in health and life science space, coupled with extensive expertise across various technology related fields. The healthcare industry is massive. We know that. So it includes payers, pharma, medical technology, public sector, health initiatives, and whatnot. So within this expansive sector, pharma stands out to be one of the largest segments. And a quick stats before we give the stage to Rahul. According to the data from CMS, the national healthcare expenditure in the US was around 4.5 trillion in 2022, which is like 18 almost 18% of national's GDP. So now let's take a look at life sciences market. So this primarily includes pharma, medical devices, biotech and diagnostics. So the overall market size is estimated to be around 1.2 trillion in 2024, and the pharma industry is almost like 50% of the life science market in the US, which is pretty big. So Rahul, as someone who has worked extensively in this industry, could you please provide further details on the pharma life cycle?
Yes, Jazz. So, when we speak of the pharma life cycle, we are basically speaking of three different stages. And these are the stages, Jazz, that a pharma product typically passes through. And the three stages are development, commercialization, and generic competition. So, to quickly take a look at these stages, the entire life cycle can actually span many decades. So, the development stage, which also includes the crucial stage of drug discovery, has the object of identifying new compounds, molecules that can have the desired therapeutic effect. Now, within the development stage, the key stages are preclinical,
Mhm.
clinical, and registration. And finally, when the pharma company actually gets approval from the US FDA to market their drugs, they could have actually spent as many as 10 years and billions of dollars. And it's because of this, Jazz, that the commercial stage, the stage of actually marketing the drug, becomes so important for a perfect go to market and very efficient ROI of the pharma company.
Right. So, considering the cost intensive nature of launching drug in a market, can advanced tech help pharma companies across the value chain?
Absolutely. In fact, the pharma industry is going through a significant tech revolution and transforming multiple functions like drug discovery and development, manufacturing, supply chain, distribution, sales, and marketing. Through the use of innovative technologies,
Yeah.
pharma companies are trying to transform their engagement with key stakeholders like doctors and patients. And just Some of the key technologies would be digital health, big data analytics, AI/ML, precision medicine, and more recently, Gen AI.
Right. So that's completely true. And in my opinion, the digital transformation in pharma companies have also been accelerated by COVID-19 pandemic. And like from being a nice to have enabler, digital transformations have become like must have capability for pharma companies. So are there any trends or patterns in which um, pharma companies usually adopt technology?
Yes. So, in our studies, we have found, Jazz, that a pharma company, as it matures,
Mhm.
it goes through four stages of digital technology adoption. And let's take a look at it with the use case of a example pharma company, ABC Pharma. Now, ABC Pharma focuses on drugs for the nephrology conditions, which is treatment of kidney diseases.
Mhm.
Now, the sales team of ABC Pharma engages with 200 nephrologists, doctors specialized in this area. ABC Pharma has not implemented any technology solution and they manage their sales and marketing entirely with Excel sheets. So, the way it works is an analyst of the sales team
Mhm.
manually enters the data of the target doctors in their Excel sheets, and from time to time, he would update the feedback that the sales reps give him on the doctors that they engage with.
Yeah, don't you think this is very tedious and inefficient process for even doctors? Like a lot of numbers of doctors are there, 200 doctors, and also prone to make mistakes. Also, as the number of target doctors increases, the manual process using Excel sheet is very difficult to scale up.
Absolutely. And it's not just the tedious and inefficient process that you mentioned, Jazz. ABC Pharma is also finding it difficult to engage with their doctors and hold meaningful conversations with them because
Mhm.
they don't have adequate data about the needs, preferences, communication channel, content requirements.
Right.
So, in order to address this, ABC Pharma decides they can't work with an Excel sheet anymore and
Mhm.
they decide to go for implementing a customer relationship management system, a CRM system for their sales and marketing functions. And this jazz is the first phase, capturing customer data.
Right. So you're saying that by implementing a CRM solution, the pharma companies can now better handle the tasks like sales planning, allocation, assigning quotes to the sales reps, and lead generation, tracking visit management, and whatnot.
Absolutely. But it doesn't end here, Jazz.
Mm-hmm.
So, having captured customer data, pharma companies now focus on processing the customer data that they have collected. Let's get back to the ABC Pharma. So, they have their new CRM in place. They are able to manage customer leads, sales process more efficiently than what they were doing with their Excel sheets,
Mm-hmm.
but they still face a very challenging task. They don't know enough about the accuracy, reliability, and completeness of the data across the entire organization. They still lack a better understanding of customer preferences and needs. In short, Jazz, they don't have a 360-degree view of their customers, they don't have a
Right.
holistic profile. Even within their own organizations, there are datas in disparate, independent, isolated silos. So, in order to address this challenge, as ABC Pharma decides to implement a data warehouse so
Mm-hmm.
that they can create a centralized repository of data integrated from within the organization and social media, web forms, websites, emails.
So thanks, Rahul, for that. And I think ABC Pharma can also implement a CMS to create, manage, and distribute the content across various channels and platforms and control the data within.
That's right. So ABC Pharma now has the capability to not only capture data from the CRM, but also integrate it with multiple external sources because they now have a data warehouse. So they
Mhm.
can have a holistic and unified profile of their customers.
Right.
But, Jazz, despite these two technology adoptions, they are now facing challenges analyzing this huge amount of data. They are not satisfied with what they have. They now need to get insights for business decisions. They are keen to predict the future sales of their products. They want to analyze historical data, market trends, customer segments, and external factors. So they start facing so much challenges in this area. And in order to address this, ABC Pharma now decides to implement a BI and data analytics tool, which Jazz is typically the third phase of the digital transformation journey of a pharma company.
Absolutely, I completely agree to it. So, uh, BIN analytics tool can really help any farmer to visualize the data from various functions and generate interactive custom dashboards and reports. So, where does ABC Pharma go from here?
So typically, after these three stages, Jazz, we come to the final phase,
Mhm.
which is to implement Gen AI based solutions for personalized, precise, and targeted engagements. So, what would ABC Pharma do with this capability? They would produce high quality, personalized, approved content which has gone through regulatory approvals. They would target nephrologists based on their personal preferences,
Mhm.
based on the kind of content they want, the communication channels they want, the time of the day want to be contacted. Examples of content could be new drugs with efficacy, dosage, indication, safety, side effects, patient management strategies, treatment options, case studies, white papers. Just this phase 4, which is based on Gen AI based orchestration and automation,
Yeah.
is perhaps the most difficult and most competitive advantage is got from this particular stage.
Yeah. So the four phase you highlighted, Rahul, they are very crucial in embracing technology for the pharma industry. So thanks for that. And this comes as no surprise, given that the healthcare sector alone that it contributes to 30% of the world's data volume. So as someone who has already worked on data analytics and AI, I believe data is the fuel to power AI, and data is very very important everywhere, if you see, be it development, training, deployment of AI systems. However, there are a lot of key challenges with the data. So, AI models are data hungry. Large volumes of data are required to increase the accuracy of the models, right? And moreover, diverse data sets are required to generalize AI models and prevent bias. Also, we need to have a good quality of data, and clinically it should be relevant, it shouldn't be that irrelevant. So what do you think are other challenges in accessing healthcare data?
So, you highlighted many of these challenges, Jazz. Before I get on to the regulatory related issues,
Hmm.
I just want to refer to a study by the Journal of American Medical Association, and it mentioned there that 70% of AIML models in the US have been trained on data from only three states: New York, California, and Massachusetts. So, consequently, what happens is models trained on these biased data sets
Hmm.
don't perform well in other geographies. Now, that brings me to the next challenge, and that is the difficulty in accessing healthcare data, Jazz. See,
Hmm.
the data is sensitive, it's considered a private asset, and it's legally protected. Very stringent regulations exist like HIPAA and GDPR for the use of healthcare data. And the other big challenge, Jazz, is even if you are able to overcome these regulatory challenges, the data may be unstructured and stored in multiple sources and systems. Jazz, we have established that the life sciences industry really requires accurate data to support their functions right from R&D to clinical trials.
Hmm.
But the industry has been very slow to adopt digital technologies, and interestingly, 90% of organizations are yet to implement digital transformation.
Okay, that's a big number. So, and that's what I think, that it's a huge opportunity for pharma leaders to utilize data for their digital transformation initiative and start working on the forefront of AI era. So, let me summarize some of the top challenges that you have already highlighted in these four phases. So, the first one is access to doctors or HCPs and having meaningful conversations with them. Secondly, accessing data from multiple sources. And thirdly, is increasing the cost of drug discovery and development. So, now to address all of these, we have seen that Salesforce has announced Life Sciences Cloud, and it's created to address these challenges. And this is a platform going to be for pharma and medtech companies. And this platform is completely powered by data, AI, and CRM, which is going to help them speeden up drug discovery and device development, enlist and retain patient across clinical trial journey, leverage AI, use personalized experiences to the customers, and whatnot. And I would like to describe some key components of the Salesforce platform for life science. And one of the most important component is Pharma CRM. This is an engagement platform that is going to help pharma companies engage with stakeholders, and it can be used for personalized and precise communication and their medical, legal, regulatory approved digital content. A major important component here would be the data cloud that is going to securely connect and integrate the stakeholder like patient, healthcare professional. Additionally, data from multiple sources which are present in the silos and disparate sources, and it is going to create unified profile, and of course in real time or in the batch process, depends on the needs, and it is going to create a single source of truth. So this is the second key component. The other key component is health intelligence. So this is like a predictive analytics powered by Tableau that is going to provide insights on informed business decisions, reports, dashboards, and all of that. Lastly is Einstein for life sciences. So this is kind of Gen AI powered tool to automatically, create tailored secure messages for target email outreach and whatnot. So these were some of the important components which we are going to see in life science cloud announced by Salesforce.
Absolutely, Jazz. And thanks for sharing that. Salesforce has multiple solutions lined up for the pharma sector. As a Salesforce partner at Teqfocus, we too have been focusing on developing solutions for the pharma operations, digital transformation, and we have mastered and created accelerators addressing the key challenges of the pharma commercial business. That's what we are focusing on initially, Jazz. And the areas that we would like to address are enhancing the effectiveness of the sales reps. I am referring to the field force, the sales reps to engage with the doctors. Second, omni-channel marketing so that the marketing team of pharma companies can efficiently support the sales teams. And finally, commercial analytics. Just we discussed earlier about the huge cost of drug development and discovery
Mhm.
and how time intensive it is, which means it's very important that the pharma companies are able to launch their drugs efficiently and successfully and leverage the window of opportunity they have during the commercialization phase. Now, and to succeed, sales, marketing, and analytics teams within the pharma companies need to work strategically. That's the reason at TechFocus, our solution is purpose built to help these three important teams within the pharma ecosystem to optimize their processes and improve performance drastically.
That sounds very interesting, Rahul. And the combination of data, AI can definitely help pharma commercial teams in achieving their goals. And thanks once again for sharing all the informative insights. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jazz. Pleasure talking to you.
To our viewers, I would like to ask, if you work in pharma commercial, where are you in the AI adoption curve? Let us know about your experience in the comments. We will be going deep dive into AI and pharma commercial business into our next episode. So if you have any specific question you would like us to answer, please do share them. We will try to take them as well. Thanks again, everyone. Till the next episode, this is your host, Jaskor, signing off. Thank you.